Previously on the Infinite Escape Room.
Harry Potter and the Candy Cane of Great Significance.
Can I have a look at the door?
It looks like a door. Dungeon of some pervert.
But suck isn't an adjective.
But like, okay.
No.
I hate this lock.
Hello and welcome to the Infinite Escape Room, the puzzling podcast where a gaggle of geographically diverse chums come together, solve an escape room of the ears, and then bugger off to the pub for a drink. My name's Jamie, I'm your captain for this episode, and I have the ability to eat 2 rotisserie chickens simultaneously. A useful skill at parties, but apparently frowned upon during a court hearing. And locked in with me today are a trio of intrepid trailblazers.
I'm Bailey, and I'm a breeder of puggles, the perfect mix of pug and gull.
Well, like seagull.
Yeah, why not?
I thought you meant pug and muggle. I'm like, that's a weird combination.
Oh, this is better. I thought, pug and gull, that'll be funny. But,
They're not magic,
no,
they fucking will be.
Puggy muggles, yeah.
Just struggling to breathe as they swoop down and steal your chips.
Yeah.
Like the bastards.
I'm Dom, and I didn't have a tongue until I was 15 years old. I was just gotten used to dealing without, and then one morning choked on it. There it was.
It just slithered in during the night.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but beggars can't
Like
be
the
choosers.
snake.
It feels like an opening to a joke. Like, my Dom's got no tongue. How does it taste?
Terrible.
Aw.
I mean, are you sure it's your tongue?
I mean, it is now.
Find it deep as
It's attached. Look. Oh.
And I'm Mike, and I was voted Bald Magazine's Man of the Year again this year, despite very stiff competition from the Pope, Kanye West, and Vladimir Putin.
I mean, that's a strong lineup.
I was going to say, you picked 3 hate figures.
And then there's Mike.
And was it like a hateful magazine? And you're like, well, like, what's this say about you, Mike? Like,
No, I think they. I just got the things through the post, and they were like, "Hey, you won because these were the other candidates." I was just like, "Yeah, fine. I'll take the statue very easy to polish on top."
There we go.
So bald does refer to how hirsute you are, not how blatant your hateful views are.
That's a different magazine.
Yeah, watch out for my Man of the Year from that next year.
This episode of the Infinite Escape Room is sponsored by Dr. Toboggan's Instant Shart. Punish your enemies, get it to duty, and a whole host of other uses with one easy application. That's Dr. Toboggan's Instant Shart. It's a solid start for the new format.
There we go.
Well, or a not solid start. A somewhat squirty and gaseous.
Explosive.
Also, dear listeners, this podcast wouldn't be possible if not for the love and support of our wonderful army of patrons. You keep the lights on, and you are very dear to my heart. And this week, I'm giving a special shout-out to our wonderful Patreons Dave Shaw, Tonje Beate Halvorsen, and Hill Burton. And, dear listeners, for as little as £1 a month, you can join their ranks in support of our little corner of the internet. Head on over to patreon.com/The Infinite Escape Room, where you can unlock bonus material and other perks that we don't show to the common folk. So here's how the show works. Each week, one of us will present a part of the Infinite Escape Room, a Mobius curve of puzzles, scenarios, and possibilities seamlessly linking to one another in an endless escape experience. I will be bringing the puzzles this week, while Mike, Bailey, and Dom will try to solve it. And if they don't manage it in the time given to them, then dire consequences shall befall them. And escaping is thirsty work, so after each puzzle we take a step halfway off infinity to the pubverse, where we'll find a cosy boozer for a pint, a debrief of the game, and a little chat. There is no deposit in this episode, and we will try not having deposits in future episodes, but don't brute force anything, you cheeky bastards.
It's no fun.
Well, I was going to say, like, it was there as a disincentive.
Just behave yourself.
You've removed that.
Bailey drop kicks.
What to go straight through the first wall?
What do you do? Just set fire to the whole fucking thing.
In retrospect, this does feel like a high-risk cast to trial the no deposit thing. I mean, if we had Alad here, I suppose that would be the ultimate test.
Oh my God. Hey, I got the last escape room we did in real life in IRL. Mike, I was told, I was warned, and I listened to the warnings, and I didn't destroy or pull or manhandle any of the props or clues.
Yeah, she was listing all of the. You were, but it also she was listing all the things not to do in the room, and Bailey was flinching under each one like she was being personally attacked, having flashbacks.
She was looking at me funny.
Those exact things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the premise. Are you all ready, folks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Then let's enter the Infinite Escape Room. After solving Ben's fiendishly clever puzzle, where the solvers created the solutions as they went along, you find yourself walking through a forest, the sunlight dappled through the trees, idly munching on a turkey dinner pasty from Greg's. You breathe a sigh of relief as you embrace the tranquility around you. After being trapped in the Infinite Escape Room for so long, you'd forgotten what it was like to have some peace and quiet. But that feeling quickly dissipates as the canopy above you darkens and you hear the chuk of a helicopter descending from above. Suddenly, the world goes dark as each of you approach from behind and a black bag is placed over your head. The turkey pasty is slapped from your hand. Muffled, you hear someone barking orders. Get to the chopper! Come on! Now! You're quickly strong-armed into the helicopter and it takes off. After an indeterminate amount of time, you land once again and you're on the move. You feel yourself being led down a series of twisting, turning corridors, all the while your captor is shouting random obscenities at his subordinates like, I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine. No, wonderful pleasantries like that. Then without warning, the bags are pulled from your heads and you're temporarily blinded by the harsh fluorescent lighting above. You blink and get your bearings. You appear to be in an empty gym. You're currently sat in the center of the room on a weightlifting bench. There are doors in front of you as well as behind you. To your left are some fitness machines, and to your right you can see a huge steel cylinder. Before you can do anything else, a TV mounted on the wall above the door in front of you crackles to life. You see an older man of Austrian disposition, bedecked in a green beret and camo paint on his face. Good morning, worms. It's me, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's time for some New Year, New Me action. Your flabby butts lack discipline. In 30 minutes, you'll be taking part in my Hercules spin class. It has a 99% mortality rate, but what results? If that doesn't sound appealing, you can leave. But you need to sweat for it. Ha! Why don't you warm up and get some exercise? My personal gym will have anything you need. Auf Wiedersehen. Arnie leaves the screen, and it all goes quiet. It appears you have 30 minutes before the spin class from hell begins, and your torment also begins. Starts now. What would you like to do?
I've done a spin class and I have no intention of staying that long for it. I honestly, in real life, I cried. I thought I was going to be sick. Cried some more. Nearly shat myself. But afterwards, you do feel good. But during it's hell. It's like the seventh layer of hell. I know.
These stakes are high.
So we have to get out. I'm just saying, I'm not staying. I will punch my way out of this.
I was going to say, we've been given weights. Can we not just smash the door? I feel like in the past, perhaps I would have been worried about losing something, but as it is, I feel strangely free to just do this.
There's no deposit, so...
I mean, you can take a look. The bench that you're on has the bar, but you see no weights.
No bells.
Oh, okay.
No bells at all. But attached to the bench that you're on along the side is a little slip of paper, if you would like to see it.
Oh, yes, please.
And listeners, this will be in the show notes as well.
Okay, it's a scrap of paper with personal bests as the title, and then 5 names followed by a series of letters divided by a dash. They are Jack Slater, RYB-BYR, Douglas Quaid, YBY, BYBY, John Kimball, RYBY, YBYR, Julius Benedict, RRBR, RBRR, and finally Victor Fries, YBBR-RBBY. And for some reason, Douglas Quaid. I'm thinking Total Recall. Start the reactor, Quaid. Quaid.
Is that Dennis
They're
Quaid?
They're all Arnie characters, but I don't know what the last 2 are from. Victor Fries is stupid enough to be the Expendables or something similar.
I think that's Julius Benedict, actually. Victor Fries is Victor Freeze from Batman and Robin.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Mr. Freeze.
His best role.
Yeah.
Having just watched Jingle All the Way against some very stiff competition.
Oh, God, that is a good one. So
I don't want to know how stiff your competition was while watching Jingle All the Way.
Just in the intro, I think Jamie might have snuck a sneaky clue in because I was mapping just on a kind of like a little sketch of the world where the accent was going, and it kind of spells a 2 because it started in Germany, then went to Wales again, then we went to Russia, then back to Wales, and then we ended up somewhere around Finland.
Are you just bullying the host, Michael?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's because Winnie the Pooh set such a high bar.
My Collins, you have sunk my battleship. That is...
Yeah.
Arnie is incredibly difficult to do other than just going...
Yeah.
Which is all I tend to do.
Going back to the notes, RYB, is that like red, yellow, blue? Like a sequence of colour,
Oh,
possibly?
might be, yeah.
That would be my guess, yeah. And then they're mirrored, aren't they? So that could be the weights.
Is there a mirror? Because there's usually a mirror in a gym for some godforsaken reason. I never want to look at I look like Gollum. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're mirrored. So, so possibly colours, and they're definitely mirrored. There was a cylindrical shape. Jamie, can we take a look at that?
Yes. So the cylinder is sort of towards the north end of the room. It appears to be made of aluminium, and it's got tubes that lead out from it to connect to every other machine in the gym. There is a little access window in the top of the cylinder, and you can see through it that the cylinder is almost full of liquid. The cylinder also has an access panel with a few different shapes on it. These will be your only visuals for this episode. You'll be delighted to hear.
Got what looks like 3 buttons at the top. Then we've got 8 numbered panels with pictures of what seems to be stickmen doing activities. The first one is a guy squatting slightly while doing a Roman salute. The second one is a guy jumping onto his head. The third one is a guy doing the Y from YMCA.
I was just thinking
The fourth one is the same thing, but he's squatting slightly, like he's filled his trousers. The fifth one is squatting slightly while doing the T from YMCA. The sixth one, he's either doing like I'm a little teapot or he's telling someone off while squatting. The seventh one, he is standing on his head, supported by one arm. And the eighth one, he's doing the Hitler walk.
Yeah, the Faulty Towers. Yeah.
That was spookily accurate.
Yeah, that was really good. That was expertly done, Dom.
Thank you. But I don't know how that helps us.
They are, I'm just going to say they are slightly phallic, like these stick men as well.
Oh, I'm so glad you said it, because I saw that first one and my first thought was it's a cock and balls. With a
very pointy balls.
My
tiny
brain had
cubes.
eliminated all of the bits of the drawing that weren't cock and balls.
Yeah, they just very phallic stick. They are stick men, but very phallic. I just wanted to put that out there.
Stick men with something to bring.
Yeah.
Sticks in everywhere except where it counts. So what else is in the room around us? We've got this mysterious tube leading to all the other machines. We've got the bench of weight.
But just before we move on from the tube, what colour is the liquid?
It appears to be sort of kind of clear.
Oh, okay.
So maybe this is the sweat hoover.
Oh, could be.
Yeah.
That famous part of every gym.
Yeah,
I've never been in a gym, so
I just wouldn't recommend it.
It could be.
Yeah, just it's fine. You don't have to go to a gym. It's fine.
No, it's overrated.
I'm hating on the gym. I don't know why, because it was always all right when I was there. I just maybe a bit of unresolved PTSD. I don't know, from the spin class. Who knows? But, was there the fitness machines the other side of the room from the cylinder?
Yes. So on the opposite side of the wall from the cylinder, you've got a bunch of machines. So the machines against that back wall, they're a mix of treadmills and rowing machines. Like a few of them have got like discarded gym towels draped over them. All of the machines are connected to pipes that lead to that cylinder on the other side of the gym. And also in the sort of that southeast corner of the room, there's a large green storage locker.
Ooh, can we take a look?
We're suckers, for a large green storage locker. What's inside?
Certainly. So engraved on that green storage locker are the words Arnie's weights. And then below it is a little sticker that reads voice pattern recognition active. And where you'd normally expect a handle, you see a tiny little microphone.
Should we all give it our best Arnie?
Okay.
I mean, I feel now that I've mocked Jamie's bash, that I've sort of set myself up for a fall. Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
Into the microphone, or are you just practicing?
Oh, I'll do that again into the microphone, please, Jamie.
Okay, can you please do that again to the microphone, Mike?
Get to the chopper.
God. Quick, somebody else. Save me, do a worse one.
He's not a tumor.
Just shame me.
Or whatever this is. Something tumor.
Was that for that guest episode where he was house?
No, it's Kindergarten Cop, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
It is.
Bloody hell, that's a darker movie than I remember.
Not a tumor. Like that. That's just terrible.
Put the cookie down.
Are any of these working, Jamie?
These are beautiful. With your best Arnie voice, you yell at the locker's microphone. A little light on the locker blinks green, and the door opens.
Yes.
Nice.
Inside the locker, you see a number of weights of different sizes that all appear to be color-coded. So there are blue weights that are 10 kilograms.
Right.
There are yellow weights that are 25 kilograms. And there are red weights that are 50 kilograms. And also in that locker, you can see some industrial-sized tubs of protein powder, some shakers, a funnel, and some protein powder scoops. Because every bodybuilder needs his protein.
Fab. It was blue 10 kilos.
That's right.
Fab.
So it was blue 10, red 25, yellow 50.
Yellow 25, red 50.
Aha, thank you.
So, like Dom said, the colours are mirrored. So I'm assuming we need to match the weights for you said there was a bar on the bench in the middle of the room, Jamie?
Yeah, there's a bar, but there's no weights attached to it.
Yeah. So can we take the weights? I don't know why. I don't know what the purpose or how we're going. Oh, can we check the doors just to see how we get out?
Which door would you like? There was the door in front of you when you first began with the TV was, and there's also a door behind you.
The front one.
Yep. So this door is to the west, and that appears to be rigged up to a large empty measuring cylinder, on top of which someone's discarded gym towel is just draped over the top. And printed on the cylinder are the words, Arnie's patented sweat lock. Door will only open when lock is filled with enough sweat.
Oh, God. Okay. And the door behind?
So the other door on the east wall, it's a simple wooden door with a brass plaque that reads washroom. It's currently locked with a 3-digit number lock. And a little engraving on the lock says JKPB.
JKPB, John Kimball.
Yeah, personal best.
Personal best. So if we take the weights, which for John Kimball are red, yellow, blue, yellow. So that would be 25. No, 50.
Yeah.
Plus 25, plus 10, plus 25.
So 110. One side.
Yeah, so that would be 220 doubled.
Yes!
So, yeah, let's put 220 in the lock.
Yeah.
Yep. So you spin the dial to 220 and the lock pops open and the locker room door swings open.
Woohoo!
Hooray. So that's to the washroom.
Yes, the washroom, sorry.
Should we have a little cheers, a little nose?
Is Bailey allowed in?
Yeah, we're all friends here. So inside the washroom, you can see a golden toilet and a golden sink, a few posters of Arnie in his heyday, and a central bench for getting changed. On the bench is an extra long, hollow tubed skipping rope and a little note.
Imagine the terrible mess you'd make having a wee while skipping.
It's all part of the exercise.
To my hunker beefcake man. I think I've perfected the routines for maximum sweat. Next time we work out together, we can try these exercises together. I need to come up with some names for them, though. All I have are the descriptions. I can't wait to bench press you again, my cheeky little governor. Rawr! Mildred. Oh, and there's more. So, number 1 is stand on your head, legs out, and put one arm behind your back. Number 2, get ready to jump. One arm behind your back. Don't forget to say hi to Adolf, or the Romans, as Dom put. And number 3,
Roman salute.
Get ready to jump with both arms. Say hooray! So I think that's describing
the stick men that we saw before.
Men.
And I would see it as 714.
714 is what I got as well.
What? 7-1? What's Sorry, I was too busy being Mildred. What's happened?
So standing on the head with your legs out and one arm behind your back, that looks a lot like the image in Seven on the plaque over the other side of the room. But where was this plaque again?
On the sweat cap, on what you said was the sweat capture, and I thought was ridiculous, and has probably turned out to be the sweat capture.
Sorry, this notes was on the skipping rope, wasn't it?
The note was, yeah, but the buttons we had with the pictures of the little men doing different poses, the ones that look like penises.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's okay. Sorry.
Yeah, there we go.
I know. Sorry.
So the first one sounds like number 7. The second one seems to describe the first image, and the third one seems to describe the fourth image, I think.
Right. I see.
There were some buttons. So there's 3 buttons on the panel for that. Are we able to press the pictures?
Yeah, you can.
Can we press 7, 1, and then 4 on the pictures?
Yeah, you press 7, 1, 4, and with each button you press, the 3 lights above the panel flick to green, and the top of the cylinder opens to reveal a strong scented liquid within.
Ooh.
Nice. I'll try a little bit of the sweat. Just a tiny, just not enough to actually reduce the amount, because you know we're going to need it. Just a little. See how salty it is.
Okay, so you dip your finger into the cylinder, get it, rub it into your gums, as if it's high octane Colombian marching powder, and it's a good vintage. It definitely tastes like you imagine sweat to taste. It's salty. It's
someone
nutritious.
Else's sweat, by the way.
It seems to be the collective sweat of many people.
Bailey, why would I drink my own sweat? That's disgusting.
You don't
someone else's.
accident if it drips into your mouth. Like
gross. That's why I have a mustache. It catches it and runnels it.
Hey, you go to a spin class, you eat your own sweat, okay?
I do neither of those things.
How chewy is your sweat, Bailey?
Eat it. You don't even know.
It congeals as you go.
It's a Welsh thing. Yeah.
Jellied sweat. Oh,
yeah, I was thinking like the bit from a pork pie
up inside you.
That's a Mantis Toboggan product right there.
Mantis Toboggan's jellied sweat.
Oh God!
Keeping the
nasty.
pork and the pie separate for 200 years.
That's rotten. Oh my God!
So we have the protein powder stuff in the big green locker.
Yes.
What can you tell me again, Jamie? What exactly we had with that?
Yes, I can. Once I find the little bit that I talked about, where I talked about the thing. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, yeah. So as well as the weights, you've got some industrial-sized tubes of protein powder, some protein shakers, a funnel, and protein powder scoops.
Okay, so the funnel or scoops could be, because what I'm thinking is, so we've now got into the sweat system, but we need to get that sweat into the thing of the sweat lock, and I thought the funnel or scoops could be useful for that.
Oh, that come with the scoops, definitely.
Oh,
we could also throw a load of towels in, soak up the sweat, and then wring them out over the...
Oh, yeah. I was thinking we squeeze the towels into the sweat thing to make sure we got enough first.
Yeah.
Because those towels might already have some
precious
Do we know how much we need for the sweat lock?
No, there's no numbers on the cylinder, but it's a very large cylinder that's attached
just need
to the
to fill
door.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a towel atop it, was there? Is that blocking anything important?
No, you take the towel off. It is slightly moist. But there's nothing
wring that motherfucker out
under it. Yep, you wring it out. A couple of drips fall into the cylinder, but nothing substantial.
I hope we don't have to do exercise ourselves. I don't even want to pretend to do that via audio.
You've got roughly 13 minutes remaining. You wouldn't be able to generate enough sweat in that time to fill the lock.
I could stand up twice and generate enough sweat to fill that lock.
You underestimate me, sir.
Laura, come look at my internet history.
Congratulations, you solved my puzzle.
Risk of a small electrical fire. I'm sort of sweated up to the power socket.
Should we try Dom's? Good idea, Dom. Like to use the funnel stuff and scoop it through.
Cool. Yeah. Get a human chain going.
Yeah. So
scoop. So we'll use the scoop to scoop out some of the slosh from the sweat septacle, form a human chain of scoops, and start passing them and filling up the reservoir.
Yeah. So you start doing this human chain to fill into the cylinder. It is filling up, but incredibly slowly. These scoops are like a teaspoon at a time.
Oh.
So
the jump rope. The jump rope.
Yeah,
it was
the
a hollow
hollow
jump rope.
Yes.
You can do the thing like when you
Oh,
siphon
siphon
petrol.
it.
God.
Yeah, I mean, I've never siphoned petrol. What? No, when you're draining a aquarium. There we go.
Or a petrol.
Well, that's even weirder.
A petrol thing,
Or a car.
Yeah, that's what it's
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, car. Yeah. Well, Dom, seeing as you've tasted the sweat already, just
Yep.
give it a little.
Wait,
suck.
no.
Give it a good
That
huff,
means I've already taken that bullet. Someone else's turn to taste
That
the
was
sweat.
a voluntary bullet. No one asked you. You asked yourself. You were
Voluntary bullets are still bullets, Bailey.
bullets.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
I'll dunk one end of the hose into the sweat receptacle. Hose. The skipping rope, which we're treating like a hose. I guess I'll then sit underneath the
You
top
have to be lower
part of it.
down, don't you?
Yeah, underneath the lowest part of it within the receptacle, and then give it a gentle slurp up until and not before the point where it comes close to my lips.
You taste salt slightly,
Ugh.
and you are equal parts disgusted and intrigued.
Did you get the funnel ready, or is that now just pouring on the floor?
I've got my thumb over the end.
Okay.
Nice. Yes, you've now got a little pipe full of sweat.
Oh, how far can I stretch this over to the receptacle?
Yes, it is an extra long jump rope, so you can reach from one to
I'll do that then. Yeah, I'll do that and uncork my thumb over the sweat receptacle. Mark II, the sweat reservoir.
You uncork your thumb from the sweat reservoir, and the sweat pours into the cylinder like a torrent once the suction action is all going, and it fills up incredibly quickly. And as the last few drops of sweat fill the cylinder, you hear a whirring and a beeping from the mechanisms within the lock. The sweat acts as a hydraulic fluid, and the whole door raises up on a series of pistons. The cool air of the corridor wafts in and makes your skin prickle. You take a few tentative steps along the corridor when you hear from the speakers in the ceiling,
Wow! How did you figure it out? Nobody lives here without my say-so. You're all about to be erased.
As you can see, that's angry Arnie, alarms start blaring and you hear the sound of marching in the distance. Understandably, you leg it down the corridor and make a left, only to find yourself at a dead end. There's a door to your left and one to your right. One door says, Chocolate Factory. The other says, Karaoke Room. Before you can make a decision, you see a troop of green berets bearing down the corridor towards you, guns pointed directly at your heads. To be continued, and you have solved my puzzle. Congratulations.
Ooh,
Nice.
Thank you, Jamie.
yeah, that was a good one, Jamie. I like that. Hey, we're
you
on a
very
roll,
much.
Collins, with all these quick.
Smashing them rooms.
Very well done. With 8 minutes to spare, you bloody smashed it. Well done.
That's
Lovely.
That's not. It's usually 8 seconds. Like if I'm on a room, like so 8 minutes. Oh, that's very good. Yeah.
Maybe it was the lack of deposit.
It is
were
like,
like,
we just didn't
just
give
try
a
shit.
shit. We were like, yeah,
No
well,
caution, yeah.
I'll suck
smash
sweat,
it
I
up
don't
if
care.
you want.
What are they going to do?
Fuck it.
Would you like to hear what the bad ending would have been?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah, always.
So, if you hadn't got out in time, it would have been that you feel a rumbling beneath your feet as the floor below you gives way and you tumble to the level below. You glance up and see that you're in a warehouse with dozens of exercise bikes, all being ridden furiously by increasingly sweaty and distraught gym goers. Each bike is connected by a long wire to a huge contraption in the center of the room that's crackling with energy. At the head of the rows of bikes stands the unholy trinity of fitness. At the center, Arnie stands holding a cigar and a whip. To his left is an unkempt and feral Joe Wick who's wearing a gimp mask and a collar that's attached to a long chain.
Poor
And to
Joe.
his right, bedecked in multicolored and jeweled lycra codpiece so shiny it's almost hypnotizing, is Mr. Motivator. Arnie lights his cigar and says with a smirk, "Now you're all really going to sweat." And it would end there.
Jamie, I always prefer your bad ending.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that might have painted you into a bit of a corner if I just had you just on some exercise bikes. So at least you got the option of Chocolate Factory or Karaoke Room now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, that is a kind ending for whoever's next. Like,
Both are great. I mean, Chocolate Factory, children die or get punished in funny
subject
ways.
to choose
Karaoke room, you
in
get to
sweaty
listen to
chocolate.
REM.
just REM. That's all there is.
Just our
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the room sorted.
Love it. And that's it for this episode. Come join us next week at the pub where we'll have a drink, do a debrief, and have a little bit of a natter to see who's coming in hot. If you enjoyed this episode, then please leave us a review on your podcasting platform of choice. And if you really enjoyed it and want to support the show, then consider checking out our Patreon over at patreon.com/The Infinite Escape Room. We love you lots, and we'll see you next time on The Infinite Escape Room. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.